I am Dr. D Sankara Mahadev, Radiation Oncologist and Professor of Nuclear Medicine from MNJ Institute of Oncology, Regional Cancer Center, Hyderabad. So actually when you say in both the states combined, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, you see that still cancer cervix and cancer breast are the commonest cancers in females. While when you come to the males, you see because of the tobacco smoking, jarda and all those things, head and neck cancer still predominates. But nowadays you are seeing more amount of GIT malignancies like cancer, stomach, rectal cancers. There is more amount of even prostate cancers, renal cancers. Those cancers you are seeing more commonly now. When we seen cancers in maybe 30 years back when we were students, 70% of all the cancers were cancer cervix in the females. Nowadays you are seeing that 50% are definitely cancer breast, and maybe 40 to 50% are cancer cervix, and the rest of the cancers, head and neck, etc., are making the rest of the cancers. While in males, head and neck cancer still predominates in all the government hospitals, and they come at a very advanced stage also. That is the main problem. So most of these patients could not, you can say, afford the treatment with the latest molecules. Plus in the government setup, previously when 20-30 years back, there was a big waiting list of minimum 3 to 4 months before we were able to treat these patients. Then the patients used to go from early stage also, some of these patients were going in advanced stage. But when you see now, with so many government setups coming, so many private centers coming up, we were able to treat easily. But still, many of the curable cancers we are not able to treat adequately in a government setup. With these private sectors coming up with the latest facilities, many of these poor patients cannot afford, even middle class also. So the government of Andhra Pradesh as well as Telangana, they have started this Arogyasri scheme for the first time actually in our country, where they are able to cover all the poor patients who had these white cards. So all these poor patients with the white cards, they were covered under this Arogyasri, where the government was paying the insurance to the one company, insurance company, and when these patients get this malignancy, get treated in any of the corporate hospitals or a government hospitals, they were reimbursing this amount. So nearly 70 to 80% of the population has been covered under this Arogyasri scheme. The government cannot do everything, but the basic screening has to be by the government only, because you have to screen minimum of 80 to 90% of the population. So private sector, I think patients would not be able to afford and go there. So basic screening either for the common cancers like cancer cervix or breast, it has to be done by the government. And the next step maybe should be by the PPP, where both the government as well as the private institutes can take part and cover most of the populations. Like in cancer cervix, when you are able to, you can't go to a rural setup on these private setups and do it. So they have to force it, give some incentives to the females, and you should educate, make awareness. So that's the best one is now, as you can think, it's in Tamil Nadu, where they are able to, you can say, more number of female population in the rural setup has been brought into this screening because of the involvement of the self groups, politicians, etc., etc. We are able to reach all the population throughout our country in the rural setup with our primary health centers, district centers, taluka centers, and then teaching hospitals. But the problem is these primary health center social workers are they have too many responsibilities. All the central government schemes, state government schemes for like vaccinations and all those things, they are covered by these single few females which go around the villages. So putting again another scheme like cancer screening without adding some personnel for that, it is going to be difficult. The latest treatments maybe private center will be able to take care of it. Maybe quality wise a little better, because government setup most of the advanced cases comes and the volume is very high. That's why we may not be able to spend more time with the patients. Patients are not, maybe not be that satisfied actually, but treatment wise it's nearly same wherever the facilities are there in a government setup. So it has been conclusively proven but that HPV vaccination to prevent this virus, HPV virus, has been proven successful in all the world, in all the third world countries, in all the Western countries. So HPV vaccination is for prevention. So in all the Western countries, even USA, in Australia, all this, in addition to the vaccination in females, which prevents 80 to 90% of the cancer cervix, now they are advising vaccination for the school going male children also, because HPV vaccination has been proven to be the reason for getting these anal cancers, penile cancers, oropharyngeal cancers, some rectal cancer, vulval, vaginal. So when you, plus in addition to the genital warts. So when you do this HPV vaccination, it prevents cancer cervix, vulva, vagina vaccination also, plus genital warts. In addition to that, it may prevent, it has been proven, it will be useful even for the men also, male children also. It prevents cancer in the penis and all those oropharyngeal cancers, anal cancers, all these cancers also it will prevent.